Welcome back to Line Therapy. Thank you guys so much for grabbing the band. Here's what we got for you upon arrival. So you're gonna pull the band out, and you got the door anchor and the instructional guide on how to put the door anchor onto the band. So easy to follow directions. All we're gonna do is gonna do a quick little breakdown here. You're going to grab a little end of the band, pass that little guy through the end of the door anchor, have about 2 to 3 inches or so at the end. And you're pass the opposite side all the way through, boom, boom, boom. And then shazam, you're in there. You can cinch that all the way up. And then you're just gonna open the door, boom, and pass the band through as far as you can. And then you're gonna shut the door from there. Make sure the door is all the way shut. And ideally, actually, I want us to make sure that we are doing this from, this is kind of naughty that we're doing this on this door. I want it to be the other way, so when you pull the band, it shuts the door. And then also I want you to be on the side, so you pull the band from a side as opposed to pulling directly at the door, just for safety purposes. Fundamental things that I want all of us to be focusing on with this is keeping our spines nice and long through every movement that we're doing. So when we're going through and putting the band in the shoulder for one of these, for example, I don't want us to go into this dumping lumbar position. I don't want us to fold our neck forward, keeping ourselves nice and stacked the whole time. This kind of looks like a Tadasana position in yoga. You're starting off, getting your feet nice and stacked underneath your body, and then you want to, something you can play with as a little tester, squeeze your bum just a bit. And when you do that, if your butt has a tendency of living in this position, if you just give yourself a little squeeze, it'll kind of start to tuck that pelvis a bit. It'll also start to stabilize the lower back. So every position that we're doing, making sure that we're keeping that spine nice and long, and also that we're hinging the hips. As we're coming down, the tendency for most of us is to start to hinge at this part of the spine. Make sure that we're hinging at the hips every time we're going through any of these ranges of motions. Last little thing I want you to pay attention to is our knees as we go through various lunging or squatting positions in the series. The knees, the tendency for a lot of people will be to either go too far forward in front of the foot or drop that knee medially from the inside. I want our knees to live as we're lunging to start to stay right around this position of our foot. If the knee starts to dump into here, we're putting too much medial stress on the knee. We disengage the glutes, we put stress in the low back, everything begins to collapse. So we're gonna just focus on dropping that weight of our knee straight down into the kind of like middle / outside aspect of the foot here. So what that'll look like with a squat is knees stay on the outside, weight stays evenly distributed through the feet, hips hinge back, spine stays long. We're not crunching our neck, we're keeping that spine long all the way through. And the final thing I want us to play with, I know I said the last thing was final, but one more little quick thing is as we go through overhead range of motion with our shoulders, we want to make sure that we're not dumping our spine forward, but we're keeping all those same principles in alignment. And then we come up, up, up. If we come to a point where it feels like that's as far as we can go, that's good. That's where we start, that's where we work from. We don't borrow from here. Thank you guys so much for purchasing the band. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys dig the Form for Life, and I look forward to hearing your results. Enjoy.